Hello and welcome to Compass Corner. We are RightPath Benefits. My name is Marco Nunez. I am Senior Vice President for RightPath, and we are the nation's leader in benefits for high turnover hourly wage workforces. We are bringing you another one of our partner spotlights today. Today we're talking with David Garcia, CEO of ScoutLogic. Now, again, just to kind of highlight the value and importance of our partnership ecosystem, what we've really done is taken our 25 plus years of knowledge, experience, and specialization in benefits for high turnover hourly wage workforces and expanded that to some other areas that also impact those high turnover industries. One of those being background checks. So one of the things that's really valuable about this for us is that we're taking not only our knowledge and experience in this space, but also our integrity and our customer service focused drive that we bring to the table. And we're using that to vet partners that already have a proven track record in servicing the needs of hourly wage, high turnover workforces, but also bring the same integrity and customer service focus to the table that we bring. So we're very excited whenever we bring you this information about these different partners. And today being no exception, talking with David Garcia, CEO of ScoutLogic. David, tell us a little about yourself and ScoutLogic real quick.
Great. Well, Marco, thank you so much. And we're so excited to be partnering with RightPath. So as Marco said, I'm Dave Garcia. I'm the CEO of ScoutLogic. We are a full service pre-employment background check company. So we handle all elements of a background check through to criminal searches, verifications, drug testing, occupational health services. And we have a specialty actually in serving high turnover, high volume staffing agencies, which is a big reason why we're grateful to be partnering with RightPath. We have about 2,000 customers, 70% of them, I would say, fall into that staffing world. And we win by really serving those clients with a different type of service model that has a number of benefits when it comes to speed and quality, which I know we'll talk more about here shortly.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And yeah, you're obviously, touching on what's most important to us and what we want to spend our time with you today talking about. And that is the differences and the unique challenges that come into play when you have a high turnover workforce. Staffing industry, I think, has around a 400% turnover. And I think one of the things that we've realized over time is that doesn't mean that you have a 400% increase in applicants. You're not hiring every applicant that comes to the door. So in some cases, that may mean a 1,200% increase in the total flow of applicants that you're dealing with. That is a massive increase in data flows, in things that need to be tracked and analyzed and kept track of and all those things. So what are some of the common challenges you find when it comes to background screening specifically that arise in these high turnover workforce industries?
Well, first and foremost, we always like to put ourselves in our clients' shoes. And so if I'm the leader of a staffing firm, what am I worried about? Well, primarily it's, how do I grow my top line, right? How do I drive more revenue and drive it faster? But then at the same time, how do I manage my expenses to maximize profitability for the firm? And more than any other industry, background checks can have an impact on that for staffing firms. So, first and foremost, a delayed background check means delayed billable days for a staffing firm, right? A delayed background check may mean that you lose a candidate, and most candidates in this vertical are applying to multiple jobs at the same time. They're going to take the first one that comes in. And if your background check vendor is delaying that background check for whatever reason, and you lose that candidate, your profitability is being impacted. And so first and foremost, we're all about how do we improve our staffing clients' businesses, which we have to do a great job of every day with background checks, but it starts with driving economic value for them first.
Love that. That's a great point. Well, and again, that's why we're happy to partner with y'all because, we definitely share that passion for meeting those needs. So, okay, so we've kind of highlighted some of the challenges. Let's dive in real quickly to what are some of the specific things that ScoutLogic does to kind of meet those challenges and solve those challenges for those clients.
So for us, it's all about our service model. So when we were started and we were founded in 2017, I'm a veteran of Big Background Check Co. Right, and as a veteran of those companies, I can assure you very sadly that unless you're spending north of $5 million a year, you are lucky if you get the name of someone to contact at one of those firms, right? And so for you, getting a candidate to work quickly is everything. But to Big Background Check Co., like they're like, yeah, it's another one of the 50 million we're going to do this year.
Mm-hmm.
And so to change that behavior, we introduced a different type of service model to this industry called the Scout model, which is we actually dedicate researchers, which we call scouts, to specific accounts. So what that means is, as a staffing firm, you're working with the same person every day who's doing work on your candidates every day. So you have their name, their phone number, you text them, you call them. They're an extension of your team. They're not some 1-800 number that hopefully someone picks up and they're not going to have an answer for you. This is the person who's actually working on your candidates' reports. And what we found, Marco, when we changed that is it drives different types of behaviors from our people, right? Because now they're in the trench with you trying to get that person to work. And when it feels like that, you're going to likely get that report done faster. Faster reports mean more money for our clients, right? And at the same time, if the candidate has a question or an issue, they're not calling a 1-800 number. They're actually talking to the researcher who's working on their report. Almost always leads to a first call resolution, which means less lost candidates, which again improves the profitability for our staffing clients.
And I'm guessing with those larger companies, the model is there's a challenge with some aspect of the screening process. The applicant has to call into an 800 number. They're speaking to somebody that has no idea about their account, nothing to do with it. Then they either have to get routed back or contacted from someone. And I'm sure that can drag on for days in some cases.
Exactly. So think about high volume staffing turnover, right? Like you have a few days to lock these people in. If the candidate calls 1-800 number and they get something back 4 days later, the candidate's taken another job already, right? And your recruiter has worked very hard to lock that person up. And it is the background check company's fault that candidate was lost. And our mindset is that cannot happen, which is why we have this differentiated service model.
Love that. Love that. Well, this has been a great discussion. We always want to keep these, a little bit short for folks, and we're definitely going to be doing more of this throughout the year. So look forward to linking up more and kind of diving deeper into this. But really appreciate you all. Appreciate your approach. Appreciate the way that you're serving our clients. And for anyone who's interested, we've got a link here that you can see that you can click on to find out a little bit more information about ScoutLogic and have somebody from there reach out and get in touch with you. So David, thank you so much for your time. We're definitely going to be doing this more throughout the year, and we look forward to talking to you again.
Well, Marco, we appreciate the partnership, and I look forward to continuing the conversation.